Please note that the following content is not meant for children under 13. Hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches and today I'm doing a collab with Type 40 Artist. So the collab that we decided to do was a thumbnail swap, and I've never ever done anything like this before, but I found it so much fun. So basically we drew a couple thumbnails for each other and then we had to turn the thumbnails that the other made into a final piece, and I thought that was a super fun idea. I don't remember who came up with it, but anyway, I really enjoyed this. So we discussed together how we went about it and everything, so I'll just play that clip. Yeah, okay, so I started with a couple thumbnails, and because I had a rough idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted to have like a kind of a strange creature standing in front of the moon. And in the first thumbnail I thought I'd make, you know, something that was really large, like a I don't know if you've seen Princess Mononoke, but there was at the end I think there was a really huge fantasy creature, and I was kind of inspired by that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I saw it, but yeah.
I haven't actually seen it, so it's yeah, it was completely new to me. So it was really a fun idea to work with.
Yeah, so it doesn't really look like that creature though. It was just for the first thumbnail I thought, hey, maybe something like big, like a giraffe kind of thing. But then I did the second thumbnail, and that's where I experimented a little bit more with having it as large as a deer, and I was just kind of looking at perspective and seeing if something like that would work. And then for the other one, I thought, hey, maybe what if it's in an open field, because I really did like the silhouette idea of having it behind the moon. But you know, without having it be so large. So that's what I did for those thumbnails. And then I thought, okay, well, what would this creature look like? So I sketched it out. I thought I wanted to do something that was kind of half deer, or like mostly deer, and then part wolf, and a little bit of unicorn idea as well too. You know, I thought the combination of the horn and those antlers looked really cool. So yeah, that's what I thought would look cool. So I experimented with that a little bit, and after that I did a larger sketch of the head of the creature to I guess maybe refine a little bit more what it would look like and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I thought that it was really inventive, and really I thought it was going to be a real good challenge for me, because I don't usually draw deer type creatures, and in the past I've struggled with drawing horses, but the sketches you gave were really doubled as a really great reference as well. So it was really a good reference point, and I was able to have a lot of fun with it when you see it later. So that will be, hopefully you'll like it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I thought it was yeah, a fun creature to, you know, maybe give you some sort of challenge, and something that is not something that I normally draw, because I mean, I do draw fantasy creatures on a regular basis, but I'd never really tried anything like this before, so I thought that was fun. Yeah, so would you like to talk a little bit about your piece now, or your thumbnails, or?
Yeah, so I did start off with completely different thumbnails, and it was more of a process of thinking about what I wanted to do, because I didn't have a clear idea what I wanted to do. And I haven't actually shown you the thumbnails, I can later, but I just didn't think that there was a lot of substance to it. There wasn't a lot of focus on a specific character or anything like that, and I just didn't feel like it was much of a challenge, and I did want it to be at least a little bit of a challenge, and something that you can have fun with without too much direction either, and, you know, choose your own way to go. Which is why, you know, I slept on it, and then I had a better idea, and I came back and came up with this fawn idea, or an elderly fawn. because I had watched quite a few of your videos. I didn't notice many elderly characters, so I was interested to see how you'd take that. And so that was one of the reasons why I chose that as a character base. And then in the thumbnails, I've just got a few different areas. Like I've got the first one I drew was the him in front of the house, and then another one just him walking through the woods. But both of them seemed very they had a very sad tone to them, I think, and I really wanted a bit of, or a choice of at least a bit of energy, which is where I came up with the third one with the like the grandson, and him just enjoying the time with the grandson. So I thought you could possibly use either direction or combine them, or something like that. So I'm really interested to see what you come up with that, and how you took it.
Yeah, that's super interesting to hear. And you're absolutely right that I don't draw a lot of elderly characters. I do have like an old sorcerer, and I need to draw him more often. That's definitely something that I should be doing. So I thought it was super fun to draw someone who's a bit older, especially because it's like a magical creature. It's not a human.
Yeah.
Even though its top it was pretty human looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did go with the thumbnail of him sitting in front of the house.
Yep.
So I didn't draw him very largely, so I guess some of the details would get lost, but I do feel like he looks quite old. And especially because you mentioned you wanted it to be happy and light, and I guess it's not really energetic, this one that I made, but I do really like how it came out, because it looks very peaceful, of him sitting in front of his house in like the sunset. So it has a very warm feel to it.
Yeah.
And the thing that I struggled with most was figuring out how he would be sitting on his chair, because in the thumbnail you draw, he was sitting kind of like a human, but goat's legs don't bend the same way as a human leg
I didn't
does.
even think of that.
It was really kind of like a challenge. Wait, how would he be sitting on a chair? Would goat or like fawn chairs even look like this? Because this isn't very practical. So I kind of just drew him. I guess you'll have to see that, but yeah, that was really something that I thought that was good to keep in mind. And but yeah, I'm notorious for putting way too much thought into my fantasy characters, so
yeah, no, well,
and how their anatomy should work and that kind of stuff.
I think my sketch was kind of loose, so it was very like easy to forget what the legs were doing at all, because it was just really rough line. Like whenever I sketch, it's always really rough line. Like you can interpret quite a few ways, I think. But I did like when I was looking at the thumbnails, I was kind of tossing up between doing another one with the house, because I thought that there was more to play with compositionally wise. And the last one was like you only had the people to play with composition, I think. You could obviously add other elements in, but no, I'm kind of glad you went with that one, because I'm interested to see how that turns out.
Yeah, I thought the composition of that was definitely something that appealed to me. I did change it up a tiny bit. I think I made the tree in the foreground a little bit bigger, and the house a little bit larger, so that you get that really atmospheric perspective that everything is like coming together towards the horizon, if that makes any sense. So
I'm so excited to see it.
I'll send you the picture over on Discord.
Oh wow, I like how you've tucked his legs up like that. That's really cool. I really like the depth you put into the like you said, the very you can see the whole scenery. Really love that warped. It's almost like a 5-point perspective. It's really good. I really like that.
Yeah, kind of sucks you in.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I really love that.
Yeah, it looks a little bit better in person. I feel like the contrast is a little lost in the
Yeah, I think you always
picture, and
find that
the
with
the
photos.
warm tone of it. Because I went over with quite a bright yellow. Because yeah, the way that I did it is I sketched it out, and then I filled in all the colors um, in kind of like a natural color scheme. So the tree would be a green, and like the house would be brown and stuff. And then I went over with kind of like a thick layer of yellow, and I always really like how that brings everything together. I call those tone layers, and I use them in my digital art as well. And it's a super easy trick, but they work so well for like pulling a color scheme together, because it kind of gives every color in your piece the same tone or the same hue,
Yeah,
and I feel like that always works well.
yeah. I really like how you've gone. Like it is still very bright and peaceful. When I drew the sketch, I imagined it very dark, which is why I felt like it had the sad tones. But this is the very, especially with his. I need to zoom in on his expression. Especially with his expression, it's very peaceful look.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks like he's just enjoying life really. So it's really fun.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to go for, and I was thinking maybe including the sun, but then in the end I decided against it, because I felt like that might change the tone of the piece, because the son, the grandson, I mean, the his personality in your sketches seemed very energetic and rambunctious, so I feel like that would maybe disturb the piece a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. I like the. It feels like a very like the landscape feels like a very. Not that I've ever been there, but a very like Irish or Scottish sort of background, which is where I kind of imagine a fawn to be in like in
Yeah.
folklore. It seems to always be very heavy bushland and high hills kind of area,
Yeah.
which I like. And yeah, no, I really like this piece.
Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah,
Cause yeah, because I thought maybe I just made his character a little bit too small, so that maybe feel like a cop out or something. But I really like incorporating my characters in sceneries instead of drawing a close up of them.
yeah.
I feel like that gives them more personality.
Yeah, no, I think it does as well. And I don't hate that he's small. I think he's looks quite like a fawn can kind of be any size, can't he? It's like anything you watch, they'll either like human size or sometimes like half size. It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. So no, I think it works really well. Yeah.
Cool. Okay guys, that is it for this video, and a huge thanks to Type 40 Artists for collaborating with me. I thought it was so much fun. I had a blast, and I am so excited to try this again in the future. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday, and subscribe to Type 40 Artists too, because he makes awesome content. Have a great weekend guys, and keep on sketching. Bye!